Happy Wednesday, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I'm so glad you are able to join us. Happy Mommypreneur Wednesday. We've made it. It's been a week and the week is still going. I can't believe it. So I'm so glad you guys are here. If you don't know who I am, my name is Melissa Jakes. I am CEO and founder of Rescue Event Planning, but on this page, I'm a wife, I'm a mom of 2 now, and I have a business. And for some reason, I wanted to do all 3. Right? And so this is a platform where we're able to let our hair down, talk about business and mommyhood at the same time and how to really balance both and different topics. And so each week we have different topics that come on, and I bring on different guests that are expert at being a mom and an entrepreneur at the same time. And we get to dive into different topics. So if you guys are new to here, hey, Christina, definitely invite and share. Like I got my phone, invite and share so that we're able to let people know we're live, right? So go ahead and invite and share as I'm about to do the same, and then we're going to get at it. So if you're joining for the first time, put in the comments #first timer because then you won't be a first timer after that. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I'm about to share as well. Start a watch party if you like. All right. Awesome. Okay, guys. So we're about to get started. I'm super excited. I've been excited for a couple of weeks now on this one, but I'm super, super excited about this topic. So, yes, #first timer boss mom. Absolutely. Yes, I love the energy. Awesome. So before we get into it, I have to make sure we pay the bills. So we have sponsors. So I want you guys, again, I'm a candle lover. I love candles, right? And so when I'm in my office, I'm trying to knock things out or even just trying to calm the house down. You know, scents does something, like it gets you into the mode of doing things, right? And so a couple of things that I do is I light a candle, and one of the candles called Boss Moves, okay? So Boss Moves is a candle where I am a brand ambassador, and because I'm a brand ambassador, I can get you some money off, okay? So I want you guys to head over to Ahyoka by Nare, and I'll put the link in the chat box for you guys, so you can click right onto it, and you're able to put my code in Melissa Jakes, and you get money off of your candle. Buy 3 candles, you guys, because there's so many different candles. Power Moves is the one that I truly love, but there's so many different others. There's one called Less Toast. You know, that's really good for like the New Year's holiday season. There's one for the harvest, because we're harvesting. This is the season of harvesting, getting ready for 2021. And there's so many different others options. You'll see the website is amazing. So I'm going to put the website in the chat box so that you guys can head over there after we go live. I don't want you to go there now. You got to go there after we go live. Okay, so you guys can get your candle and use the code. So definitely make sure you guys do that. Okay, so that is our sponsor. They sponsor all of our shows. So make sure you head over there. Awesome. So I am going to bring on my guest. So I'm going to give her introduction so we can know about her. So a wife, a mom of 3, the CEO of Jenna B Speaks and Streamline Success Strategies International, and founder of #BOSSMOM University, where we grind differently, and we sure do. Through online courses, live events, strategy sessions, we help you streamline your success in 30 minutes or less by providing tools and strategies needed to maximize your time, impact, and profits. She's affectionately known as the Boss, BOSS, curator, and is a streamlined success strategist. As a certified CPS, which is a professional captivator speaker, Ahyoka speaks with passion, inspiration, insight, clarity, and strategy that reaches deep within and cultivates a shift in audience. Her genius passion drives to see people succeed in dynamic personalities and in humor, infused with personal experiences, awakens a limitless ambition in the lives of those who listen. Equipped with an MBA and a BA in elementary education, 20 years experience, working with national brands, small businesses, entrepreneurs, and various industries, Ahyoka is an expert in generally connecting with her clients to help them uncover the limitless belief, streamlines the success, bring clarity and structure to their struggles, provide a blueprint for their vision, and monetize their ideas. Their goals and their outcomes are a true transformation to pursue purpose, passion, and profits. She's also spoken at numerous stages, including Lisa Nicole Cloud WEN Conference, Goodwill Commencement, Natural Profit sponsored by Shea Moisture, Lucinda Cross Secure the Bag Workshop. That's my girl. That's my girl. Especially on the virtual summits as well. She has been featured in various articles and interviewed in different radio stations. Most recently, she was interviewed on and co-host Girl Power Hour Radio with Jay Nash from V103. Formerly, she hosted her own radio show, Boss. Talked with Jenna B. And a weekly contributor of the Atlanta Voice newspaper under the column Naked and Unashamed. I have to check that out. So she is also known as her doing amazing work in the community, work ethic, winning. Her personality is amazing. She's very optimistic, and you guys, she has been homeschooling. Okay. She made the jump before you guys even thought about doing the virtual thing. She's been doing homeschooling. So I am going to bring on Ahyoka. Come on in.
Hi. Oh, I'm so excited. I was like, who's she talking about? Yes.
I didn't know you would say that. I love this. See, that's why I don't even read the bios. I like to just read it fresh. Like, wait a minute. I didn't know you knew her. Like, so yeah.
Actually, know 25 people in common. When I was looking at it, I was like, wait, there's a lot of people that you and I have in common. So that's awesome.
Yes. Well, welcome to the show. So amazing that we're able to get together and just like really bring a topic to the audience, what all moms and entrepreneurs need to have going on. It's, some people have started a lot of brands, right? And they kind of did a little pause button, maybe had to rewind, try again, and maybe they've done it 3 or 4 times. And so when you're a mom and you're trying to like get the whole mom thing, once you kind of have gone through, you can't redo anything again, right? So it's not like they can turn one again. You can't redo a year. So why try to redo a business? So how to launch your brand right the first time is important because time is of the essence, and you don't have time to waste. So tell me a little about like, what have you done when you were launching your various different businesses to make sure you've done it right the first time?
Well, first of all, I realized I was doing it wrong all those times. Let me start there. The number one problem that most mompreneurs, entrepreneurs starting off that they do that is wrong is they create the product first. We have this idea, this inspiration. It's like, yes, I'm going into business. We know how this is, Melissa. And we create. Especially creative and visionary mompreneurs of faith is who I'm called to. So we have the 1001 notebooks. We have all these ideas and we're trying to figure out how to launch, right? And we say, I'm going to create this. It's going to be great. But we never stop to say, does it fit who I'm called to serve? And over trial and error, I thought it was psychotic for a second because my brand kept changing. But I realized, you know what? A lot of times, the more you get to know yourself and who you are, and you unpeel those layers, the more your brand really takes shape. So it's not necessarily a bad thing to go through that process. However, I'm about to save a lot of headache and time off of your hand. You can pay me later.
Yes.
So let's hop right into it. I have 5 steps, and I'm a teacher at heart. So get your pen and paper out. And if there's a way if you have it open where they can ask questions, girl, let's do it. So first thing is that this is where everybody really fails, is that they fail to understand their customer intimately. Not just, I serve women. Okay, there's a whole bunch of women. There's a lot of different types of women.
Yeah.
But have you stopped to do the research to find out exactly who you want to serve? And not just who you want to serve, who are you called to serve? Because that's even different. Have you become intimate with their problems and their pain points? So if I go back to the example of them, I just want to help women. All right, well, how old are they?
Yeah.
For me, I want to help mompreneurs. Okay, well, it's different if they have children under 12 than those that are in high school or in college or empty nesters. Each segment has a different way that you need to serve them. So the ones that have children that are 12 or under, and multiple children too, and you're trying to run a business, that's going to be different than somebody who their children can cook now, take care of themselves.
Right.
Father, I'm not rushing, but Lord knows I can't wait to the day.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
So understanding intimately your customer is definitely important. Understanding their language. What is it that they speak that resonates with them? And a lot of times, this is important when it comes to copy, Melissa, and to email, right?
Yeah.
So you seen it, right? Your eyes went up. You seen it where the website feels one way, and then you get the emails like, wait, who am I talking to now?
Right.
Your brand has to be consistent from the experience when I first encounter you, whether it's live or virtual, from the website down to the email, the language, the tone, the personality. All of that has to be consistent and represent the true aspect of your brand. So that is the first one. And actually, let me rewind a little bit, Melissa.
Yeah.
First of all, I am so excited. I talk really fast when I get excited. And if I get ahead, if it was more that you wanted to ask me before we got into it, if we need to rewind, let me know. I just kind of.
Yeah. No, this is really good. So I want to bring back to the point of making sure you know your target audience. So I know you use a different terminology, but everybody has their different thing, but it's the same thing. Who you talking to? Target audience, right? So, and then you mentioned if you're doing mompreneurs, which I thought about, but I didn't go in depth about. If somebody has a high schooler versus a middle schooler, elementary age, right? So as you're progressing in your business, should you be changing your language as your children get along? Like, or do I need to pick a certain, I'm sticking with moms with babies that are not maybe under 5 years old. Like, should you segment that? And should you move along in your business as your children moving along?
I would say, yes, you should segment and you should stay. However, be ready to pivot when your audience tells you to. And that goes back to listening to your target audience. And I was going to use target audience, but I know some people may not know. Right. We can go all day like that, right? Because here's the thing. We don't stop to listen and say, what do you need now? So even sometimes we'll get the vision, we'll get the understanding, but then we become stale, thinking that that's what they still need, offering the same thing where it's, no, my needs have changed.
Yes.
So as you appeal to that and you stay there and you really get to know them, after a while, they'll let you know, okay, well, wait a minute. Now I need this. Now I need that. So you may even have tiers in your business. I'll give you an example. I recently, as I was doing my own work, understood that I have 4 different type of target audience segments, niches within the one, right? So I'm gonna break it down. I serve creative and visionary mompreneurs of faith. That's where I started recently, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, but wait a minute. Well, exactly who are they? Then it became, I serve creative and visionary mompreneurs of faith in the knowledge economy. So who is that? Those are the ones who are speakers, authors, coaches. They are those who are thought leaders and content creators.
Gotcha.
So if you're a creative and visionary mompreneur of faith in the knowledge economy, and that's where you focus, then that's where I'm serving you. Then even within that journey, there's 4 levels to it. So there are those who are just starting out.
Yeah.
Those, they're in their first trimester, right?
Yes. Break it down to the trimester.
Break it down, right? There are those who have launched, but you're still within the first beginning phases. You need a different type of service. So you're in your second trimester.
Yes.
There are those who have had success, but now they're ready to still take it to that next level. You may need some done with you and a little bit of done for you services.
Yeah.
So your business launch. And then it's the 4th trimester. There are those who've launched are doing well, but now they're ready to level up and they need more strategy, more mentoring, more done for you. So as you become clear, then I know, okay, as I launch this product, this fits that segment of who I'm called to serve.
So, and people definitely ask questions, okay? Because these are definitely nuggets. If you're thinking about launching a product, launching a service, and your mom, I know I've met a couple of people who started doing coasters. She started building coasters because her father has stage 4 cancer. She had to move back home with her dad, and her job situation kind of switched around. So to bring in some more income, she's now doing coasters and selling it, right? So for moms who are like, okay, I want to start it right, but I know I need to have these segment parts. What's a great way to just start? Because there's some people who say, Melissa, just jump out and start. You may not need that whole strategy plan behind you, right? Then there's some people like, no. You need to have a plan, and I need to be perfect. Those perfect patties out there. I need to have my notebook and I have everything together before I even say, hey world, I started something. So what would be your opinion of, like, a mom says, I know how to make pens very well and I want to start?
Okay. Let me address what you just said, because that sometimes paralyzes us because we hear all these different opinions, right? And really, this is what I have come to learn. It is a hybrid. So if you wait till it's perfect, you'll constantly be waiting because you'll constantly be tweaking. If you just go and jump out there, it's great. But when they're ready to pay you and you don't have your system and process set up, now you just failed and you can't deliver. So the middle ground is that launch, even when you're afraid, and that's the difference. So it pushes past the procrastination. You launch afraid, you do it, but test your market first. Make sure they even want it. Because if you do all of that and you spend all this money, you get out there and nobody buy, now you're going to be discouraged. And you probably won't continue. Where if you would have taken a moment to survey your audience, I could stay on this. Matter of fact, we'll just stay on this one point all night. I got 5, but on this one, because it's so vital.
Yeah.
You have to survey your audience. And a lot of times, Melissa, your audience is you. It's where you are or where you were. And if you realize that and say, what is it that you need? I'm thinking about launching something. You know, I'm thinking about what would you want? What do you need? And as you ask that, then you launch afraid. But make sure you have some basic systems in place, aka I can collect coins.
Yes.
I can make sure I have what I need to deliver what I said that I'm gonna promise you, because that right there is the quickest way to kill your brand, is not deliver on your promise. And unfortunately, people are not as forgiving.
They're not. I mean, we're not. We're always willing to say, oh, she didn't have it all together. That wasn't put together. All of that stuff, right? So that is a good point. Making sure I have a system together to launch. So if I want to collect my coinage, do you have your PayPal set up? Do you have Stripe set up? Just something simple.
Do you have email? Do you have, even if you have a landing page and not a full-blown website, right? There are people who go for it and don't have a website at all. But is there a way that they can contact you and get in contact with you? Do you have your social media? those basic items are things that help to make sure that you're successful and you could get started without being overwhelmed or
Absolutely.
spending a lot of coins, especially in the beginning.
Yes. There is one thing I did, Ahyoka, that I mean, before I got my business coach, okay, and I would definitely say how to make sure you launch right and launch right first. Invest in yourself, right?
Yes.
Especially a lane that you've never gone down before. You know, I don't have my MBA. I did sociology and social work. I don't know nothing about business like that, but I had to teach myself, right? And so one thing you can do, YouTube University. You know, if you
Yes.
don't have anything, you can't really afford it. You're a single mother, or even if you're a mom who does have a husband, but y'all just don't have the coins to really put out, at least go to YouTube, get as much free content from people you can, fake it until you make it, until you can get investment. But I would definitely say a business coach for sure is a must. I spent money and listened to people who said they were good and they really weren't really good. We all know those people are out there, okay? I felt like I've dealt with somebody the past 2 weeks. I'm like, you sure that person can really do that? Okay. So really fact check your people. Before I selected my business coach, I met her at a conference I was doing in New Jersey. And she came up on stage to give like a testimonial, whatnot. Then I went and researched on her website. Then I kind of observed her in person when she was interacting in the room. Then I went to her social media, and then I approached her. And even after I approached her, and we kind of said, okay, we'll follow up, and when we get back to our different states, and we'll do a follow up. Even after that, I still did more research. So definitely, there's a lot of people out there who say, I'm a coach. I got you. I can do all of that. Fact check. Well, just like how we go on with debates and all that stuff, fact check.
Yes.
Make sure they're legit.
There's so many, unfortunately, who have been burnt.
Yeah.
They're unfortunately, and I'm gonna say this way.
Yeah.
There's so many people who are not servant leaders.
A
servant leader will be honorable and true, not perfect, but true to their word and honorable.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there are more people out here chasing the coins than really chasing the transformation. And see, when you chase the transformation of that individual, this is what I believe, then you're doing the Father's business. Absolutely. And when you're impacting their life, the coins will come.
Yeah.
Because it'll be a connection there, because you're more concerned about them and their growth than your pockets.
Yeah.
Now, do business. I'm not saying that, because business is ministry. And ministry is business. There's a certain calling for ministry marketplace. But don't get so blindsided by the money that you forget what you were called and who you were called to serve and why.
Yes.
But I agree, Melissa. Like, you have to check, because everybody could put on a front. Everybody, especially with social media nowadays, you could definitely put that on. But are they consistent and genuine in who they say that they are? With the testimonials, with looking at, do they know what they know?
Yeah.
Because again, it breaks my heart. I can't lie. Like I hate that with them. who got money to waste? As a mom, who got time to waste?
Kids are growing. They need new shoes. They need new clothes. I'm holding off because I'm like, oh, you're not really going in person. I don't really need to get you all that yet. Let's hold on. Okay.
Side mommy, no. We just bought my son a pair of jeans the other day, and he chose to play in them.
Oh, you don't play in the new jeans.
And we were just about to go out on a date, our mommy-son date, and he came back and it was grass stains. I was like, you were out there for like 2 minutes. You can't stay up. Really? You couldn't just go change if you knew you were going to be doing all of that. Like, you don't get how much this stuff costs.
No,
they don't get it. They don't care.
No,
they don't get it. Right?
Not at all.
I don't want to
play. Right. So another thing you brought up, you made a good point. I want to launch my business. I got my processes. I got my little mini structure going on. When do I realize I need a little bit more than just what I started off? When do I, not financially, but really understanding I need to kind of take this to another level? Is that something that we just kind of know? Is that something that we should kind of like reevaluate? Like, how do you reevaluate to say like, okay, this is the next step that I need to go to?
Right. Okay. So a lot of times, even when you map out your vision and you give yourself those milestones, that is part of that beginning phase of planning. Not to
Mhm.
take forever, like we said, to launch, but at least having somewhat of a roadmap to give yourself markers to be able to go back and say, okay, did I reach that goal? Right.
Mhm.
And a lot of times we don't take a moment, which could be once a month, I would say, starting off to look to see, okay, did I reach that goal? And they could be small goals, whether it's to grow your following, whether
Mhm.
it's to make sure that you, even financial goals. Sometimes, unfortunately, we don't set like, I want to meet this for this month. What do
Mhm.
I need to do to meet that financial goal for this month? Okay, did I meet it? Did I fall short? Did I surpass it? As you start to build momentum, and I always love to say movement bursts momentum. If you just start moving and
Mhm.
doing things, you'll be surprised what lines up. Then you can look and see what is the demand and follow that. So sometimes, even like with teaching, right? You create this lesson plan. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be like the best lesson ever. And they hate it.
Yes.
Then the one that you think they hate is the one that they love. And it really
Yeah.
goes back to listening to your audience. So you've got your plan, you have kind of your milestones of what you want to meet and how. Launch, put the product out there as a test. Even
Mm.
if it's, I want to give it away for free. As
Yeah.
you learn the subject matter, as you learn what the audience wants, see how many people come and click on that and download it. If you're teaching, or let's say you're in that arena and you do a pop-up class, how many come and are interested in that subject matter? So
Mhm. Mhm.
after a while, we could plan all we want, but the reality is until we start doing it, some of these things we won't realize until we just do it.
Right.
And that's the part, like, teach that class. And then as you're teaching it, they'll tell you what worked, what didn't work. And then you could tweak it the next time and then
Yeah.
teach it again and then tweak it the next time. And then after a while, you will perfect that product that
Yes.
you then begin to really sell and pick up steam.
I think what most moms need to realize is just like with kids, you have to continue to reinforce it, right?
Yes.
You can't say I planned and strategized and I launched the pen and no one bought. It takes like 7 times for somebody before they can even purchase something. Just like how if you're about to buy a car, you're just not like, hey, I want a car. You're researching the car. What's my mileage I can get? What's the features I can get with the car if I go with the standard to then the premium? Like all of that stuff is the same thing when people are looking to buy your products or services. They're going to check you out. At least it's going to take them 6 or 7 times before they make a purchase. I think another thing moms forget is that not only the consistency, because and that's one thing I had to learn. Before I went live, I was like, I hate going live. And my coach would be like, I hate going live, I hate going live. Oh my God. She's like, if you just don't go live, girl, just continue to go. And I'm like, I only had one person watching. Oh my God. Just continue going live. Don't even look at the number. Just do it. Let it sit
Be
there. You never
consistent.
know
Yeah.
how people watch the replays and then get the engagement going. And then forgetting that you could take this off of Facebook and put it on like YouTube where it can live and breathe.
Repurpose it.
Yes.
And that's that. Think about it. Think about how you could take that one content, especially for mompreneurs, because again, we don't have all this time, right? So let's say you do this video right now, Melissa, and this can be YouTube. It could become a free download as a lead magnet. So there's, it could become an audio book. There's so many different ways that you could take the one thing that you create and reuse it within your business. But you are absolutely right. Being consistently not giving up. So back to your pen example, you launched it and it didn't go well. It could be very discouraging because you put all this energy and time and effort. It's like, well, why is it working? Well, maybe I should just not do that and do something else. We get that squirrel syndrome, a new shiny object. Like, ooh, but we didn't get time, right? We didn't give time for our audience to get to know us and build that relationship, as everybody say, that know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
But the more you seed, the more you water, the more they get to know you, the more that you're able to connect with them. And they say, oh, wait a minute, you had a pen? I didn't know you had a pen. I've been looking for a pen.
Yep.
And a lot of times, are you talking, and it goes back to your audience. either you have the right product and you're talking to the wrong audience,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not interested, or you have the right audience but the wrong product.
Right.
And
Right.
as you date them, and like with your children, you got to get to know your children and their personality, because if you have more than one child, they are not alike. Same mama and daddy,
Yeah.
but totally different. So you have to get to know them and get to know their personality and how to speak to them and how to share with them, and eventually being consistently providing value, they'll
Right.
invest. They will
Right.
definitely invest.
Absolutely. And I think people forget about, especially moms, be authentic, be yourself. You are your brand. And so if
Yes.
you're trying to get here fronting in a different way that's not you, could easily tell. You were fronting in the beginning.
Listen, I had to have can I be, we gonna be authentic and genuine and honest right now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just between you and I, because ain't nobody else watching, right? I had, quick testimony. I had, the boss cultivator, because I love cultivating people, and especially to help them. It's an acronym: Believe, Own, See, and Seize. That's what it's all about. Believe, and then boss up. Believe, own, see, and seize your unique potential, because we forget that a lot of times. And for me, boss was always an inside job, not the outside, right?
Right.
But I would show up and I was trying to, make sure that I showed up as the brand. Now, here's the thing. When you're learning your brand, if you don't make sure it's authentic to you, then you start to feel that imposter syndrome that everybody talks about.
Mm-hmm.
And I was constantly on and off social media because I just couldn't find, I would show up genuine, but I couldn't find, put it this way, I was still developing my voice.
Yeah.
And understanding like how to show up. So this last time, because I didn't have the right audience, this last time when I realized that, you know what, I'm tripping. I am called to serve mompreneurs. I don't have to explain a little hand doing this because I nurse. I don't have to explain children screaming in the background. Because you get it. It's a spoken language. So what set me free is I showed up in my pajamas and my robe.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, and my baby with me. And I started to do lives that way. And I felt so free because I wasn't trying to be not something that I wasn't, but something I no longer was. That's who I was then pre-children. Now I have children. I'm in a different space. My brand is in a different place. So showing up authentically, people will feel that. It'll resonate. It'll be genuine. So I don't have to hide anymore. I don't have to try and be versus just become.
Yes.
Who I already am.
Yes. Yes. It will set you free. I'm telling you. And you let go and you be authentic, people purchase you. I don't care if you have a product. It might be the pen, but who's holding the pen? They're going to purchase you. It's really like, if I vibe with that person, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get their free downloadable guide. I'm going to buy their candles, whatever. It's really being authentic you.
And think about the brands that you fall in love with. There are people who would never shop Walmart and will always shop Target. Why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a reason that people fall in love with brands and connect with them in a way that they become what we call in our world brand ambassadors. Girl, so-and-so did my hair, and will sell your product for you because of the experience that they had with you and your brand, positive or negative. Absolutely. You will have a mouthpiece talking about your brand. So you might as well be authentic. You might as well be genuine and attract those that you're called to serve in an authentic way.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Before we go, give us one more nugget. I know you had 5 written down. Give us one more nugget on what could we do to make sure we're not repeating the cycle too many times.
Okay. The main nugget, which we talked about, was really that avatar. And once you get that, the next step really is developing your brand foundation. And you know what? I'll throw in the other 3 when you come to the workshop, and we'll talk about that. But your brand foundation includes your mission and your vision, right? It includes the pillars. The pillars is more so your internal moral compass. Now, why is this important, Melissa? Because when people come across who want to work with you, when sponsors and opportunities come, when you know your pillars, then you know if you should work with them or not. Even potential clients, do we align? Because if we don't, then that will disrupt my brand. And I want to work with those that align with my brand, because that is important, right? You develop your tone, the voice, and the personality. Are you quirky? Are you funny? Are you more strict and serious? Like, what is the personality of your brand? Because I should feel that and see it across everything. That includes your aesthetics. So your look and feel. So for example, if I'm a vibrant person, but I have browns and blues,
doesn't make sense.
Versus like hot pink and coral and electric blue. It's a part of my personality. But however, you can't do any of that. And sometimes we make that problem. We have that challenge. We create everything first, but we didn't think about our audience in mind. What does my color say about my brand? Well, does that correlate with who I'm called to serve? When you start your foundation with your audience, then everything else, the mission and the vision, your pillars, your tone, your voice, and your personality, your aesthetics, the look and you feel will help shape your audience, will help shape that. And then in turn will help shape your product.
Yes. Oh my gosh. The colors are so important. And people are like, oh, I like green.
It's not about what
you like. People don't realize there's actually meaning behind colors with the brand.
Yes. If you want something, if your brand is dealing with healing, then green is good because it's dealing natural in nature. If you want something, a lot of times they say, funny enough, if you're hungry, use red. Think about all the brands that use red. Food brands use red. Why? Because it stimulates the appetite.
Yep.
So if you're weight loss, you don't want red. But you don't realize the color psychology behind it because we just pick colors that we think look pretty.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, this was amazing. I know we could go on and on, right? But I want to make sure you have a special offer for people who are watching. And even if you're watching the replay, the offer's still up, right? Again, if you're a mom and you are thinking about launching, and maybe you did launch, right? And maybe you kind of launched, then you kind of faded back. And you're like, oh, girl, whatever happened to that pen brand? It's okay. We can get started again, right? When I first talked about investments, I talked about making sure you have a coach and making sure you have somebody that aligns with you. And so I'm prepping you up. So I'm about to share the offer, and I want you to talk to the audience about how, especially for moms, right? Ahyoka specializes with mompreneurs because she gets it. Y'all can have your meetings, her group coaching, all that stuff. You can be in your robe. You can breastfeed. When we first talked, we were breastfeeding together.
Yes.
Okay. So
and the whole premise behind BOSSMOM University is we grind differently. So sometimes that may be at 5 a.m. That may be at 9:30 p.m. It could be during nap time. It could be, breastfeeding and branding. Like at the same
right.
Okay, hold. So
nobody's still there, okay? Nobody's still there.
I got it.
Okay.
And the whole reason why I did it, even down to the courses that I teach, because as you could tell, I love to teach. I help you streamline your success in 30 minutes or less. All the courses are 30 minutes or less that you purchase that you can watch. Why? Because we don't have a lot of time. And I am here to help you streamline so that you could gain more time, that you can have the impact that you're looking for and your profits. And that is important to me to build that mompreneur. I'm trying to build an economy for us where we don't have to choose between business and being a mom, but we can have both, but we just got to do it different. So what I'm doing is that next Tuesday at 9:30 p.m., I'm going to be teaching a pop-up live class called How Do You Boss Up? 4 steps to make your brand stand out in a crowded marketplace and collect coins. And I'm going to take you step by step on just this one thing. We are going to create that proposition for you. So I have a worksheet for you, and you'll be able to actually ask questions that I can answer for you. So if you're interested, it's only $37. So it's not a big investment. Next week, and again, it'll be about an hour. and you could just go to howdoyoubossup.com, and there will be a replay. So if you purchase it and you can't be there, then go ahead and put it in there. If you join my Facebook and Instagram, start to follow me. So if you watch the replay, then you have questions after, hit me up. Like I said, I love to teach, so I'm here to support you. And there's other things on the website too. On Monday, I am launching it's called Mommy on the Potty Content Challenge.
Oh my God.
Yes, I can't wait.
I'm joining.
Please join, because this is something I want you to do this with me. And it's no end date for the challenge. This is to help us be consistent on social media. Again, I'm very conscious about the time. So I'm teaching you how to be consistent on social media in a few easy steps that's going to literally take you 2 minutes. And that's it.
Yes. I love it. If you guys do not share this out, so that mom that's been struggling. Like, first of all, it's $37. Come on, stop. Yeah, you can do that. We can easily do that. And then definitely the Mommy on the Potty, is that challenge free?
Yes. So if you go to BOSSMOMUniversity.online, then you'll see the challenge. It's there, and it launches on Monday. So come in and join the challenge. I'll be doing it. And again, I'm not asking anybody to be perfect. Some of us being consistent and that discipline is a challenge, but I'm here to help you support that, because I'll be doing it with you. So let's get seen and visible.
I love it, guys. How to launch your brand right the first time. She can make it happen. Okay. Yeah. And I love the classes that are 30 minutes or less, because that's probably all we got sometimes. So I got 30 minutes. I'm gonna eat my lunch and do my class. That's definitely an amazing, amazing thing. Because most people, like I'm on Skillshare, and I'm starting this one class. I'm like, golly, it's 9 hours.
Who got time for that? But let me tell you, that's why I hope I can share this real quick. Let me tell you why Boss Mom was even launched. I was in a group and I was learning how to create my first course, and I woke up early. Keyword early. To try to, while everybody's still asleep, right? And then you know what happened, Melissa? What happened?
Everybody started waking up.
Everybody woke up. Why are you up? I woke up early so that I could do this. And in that moment, I had a breakdown and I screamed and I was crying, because I just felt like I could not do both. And I said, I'll just be a mom. I'll just quit entrepreneurship and I'll just be a mom, because this is not working. Right. And I felt convicted. And I said, you know what? I want to help other moms, at least 100 moms, not to quit or give up, and to be able to do both. And that's when BOSSMOM University was born. And that's where We Grind Differently was born, because I've invested in those who weren't moms and then wasn't able to complete it because of all the time necessary, and then felt like a failure and repeated the cycle, invested, didn't finish, invest, didn't finish because it didn't fit my lifestyle. And I realized, like, we can grind, we just got to do it different. And you know what? That's okay. It may be 5, 9:30 at night, 12 o'clock, while you on a toilet. Like, whatever we have to do, we can do both. Yeah. And that's why, again, at BOSSMOM University, we're about grinding differently. And I want to help show you and teach you, give you the tools and the strategies to help you gain that time back and to help impact your profits.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This has been amazing. Oh my gosh.
And I'm so grateful to you, Melissa. Thank you so much. You have given moms a platform, and I've been telling everybody about you. I got some things up my sleeves that I can't wait to, trust me, I'm thinking about you in the back of my thoughts. You don't know it, but I'm already working you into some stuff.
Yes, I'm not being worked in.
Yes, which we could talk offline about that. But yes, I am so grateful for you and what you're doing. I commend you. You're a phenomenal mom, a phenomenal entrepreneur. And just to give this space for moms to be able to not quit and not give up is amazing. It is so.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you for coming on. I mean, truly, I've been excited waiting for this day. I'm like, oh, what is the 7th? Oh my gosh. So thank you so much, you guys. You can follow her. You see on the ticker, I've been having it going. Please make sure you follow her. Give her some love on IG and Facebook. I'm going to be in the challenge. So I hope you guys are in the challenge with me. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ahyoka. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. So before we go, you guys, again, if you are interested in being on the show, definitely send me a message. We can talk for all my mommypreneurs, but we will be here live next week as well for our next guest. And if you haven't done so, make sure, let me put this ticker up. Make sure you get your candle. Don't forget to get your candle. Thanksgiving is coming up. You need a nice, good scent in the house. Good Christmas stocking stuffers, all that stuff. It's time to think about Christmas. You know, those kids already think about Christmas. My daughter has already said, for Christmas, I want, okay, write your list. So start thinking about that now. You know, as moms, we always think about all the different things, get that to-do list together, but make sure you use the code Melissa Jakes. You get some money off your purchase, and definitely you get a good smell in the house. So you guys, thank you again for attending. I hope I will see you guys next week for our next guest. And to know who that is, you have to like the Melissa Jakes page so that you can get some more information. And then also head over to melissajakes.com where you can subscribe and get our newsletters as well. Because we don't only just give out information about moms, we give out information about a lot of things that can help you in your business. All right. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next week. Bye.